Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the podcast of stuff. How have you guys been doing?
It's gonna be doing
Nothing? No
it. It's
answer?
been doing.
It's been doing.
Since last week? What do you mean?
I can't ask that question. Week is a long time.
No.
You didn't ask after the huge break. What was a week? Man, I lost my arm.
You could have. I don't know.
Yeah, it's me.
No, you would have heard that.
Hell, I found out the Mexican cartel's in Ohio this week.
Wonderful for you.
Huh.
Maybe you know what? I'm not even going to.
Which is,
Racism.
yeah. What was it? I need to actually look up that news article. Yeah, there was in like bumfuck nowhere, Ohio, like southern Ohio, which is all, excuse me, all farmland. There was like an execution style killing of this family, which is like extremely weird for this, middle of nowhere town. It was like,
Why?
small town. If it was a
Isn't that where you would do it?
No, I mean, if it was, it was premeditated, which most of the time, like, crimes or murders in that kind of town would be, like, drunk, like a drunken thing or something like that. It wouldn't
No, you would do the execution style stuff in the smaller town. There's less chance of heat.
Well, no,
Yeah,
it's...
but in a larger town, there's more suspects? I almost said subjects.
Okay, there's more suspects, but as an out of towner, like who cares?
well, they weren't out of,
in cartel.
they weren't out of towners. Like, the
Okay,
family was not.
No, of course not the family. So they just went to where the family was.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you not suspect the middle America? I'm
Yeah,
doing it.
definitely. But, like, you wouldn't suspect that a drug cartel would be there. I agree with that.
Yes, you would. Breaking Bad. What happens is these nothing white people get into drugs, and then they do some stupid crap, and they get their heads cut off.
A lesson in drugonomics by BG.
The only thing I had to say about Breaking Bad, it was near Mexico
That doesn't mean anything. Like,
versus Ohio.
that doesn't mean anything. That just means he did something so bad that they had to come up.
Yeah, apparently.
So,
Yeah,
it is
it's
what
like-
it is. He might have snitched.
Yeah, it's like execution style, which then like the town's like, this doesn't seem right. And then they did some research and they found like $250,000 worth of weed on this guy's farm.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, so he was distributing see.
He was
Oh
growing.
yeah, there's some big operation going on there.
So again, yeah, you would do the big operations in the middle of who gives a crap.
Oh yeah, no.
You wouldn't do it in Detroit. You wouldn't do it in Cleveland.
I agree with that.
So I don't think it's weird.
There's fucking cartel farms up here in New York in the forest.
In the forest, yeah.
Yeah,
Literally the middle of nowhere, New York.
Woodland creatures help them with their weed
yeah. No,
plants.
people. It's a big thing for like park rangers and whatnot because sometimes random people will go hiking, whatnot. They'll stumble upon somebody's fucking little pod of like really bad shit and end up getting fucking murdered. And then people find the rangers find the body, and then things end up being moved and shit happens. Yeah. Basically, wherever there's a lot of empty plot of land, usually these fucking cartels or drug people are already on it.
Now, DA.
I'm all for starting a podcast all light and airy, but maybe we should bring this down a little bit. Get serious here, folks.
Oh, speaking of serious, it's time to smash these two. So
This didn't need to happen.
I totally wasn't going to do this, but this professional thing, oh yeah, it's happening. So last week I was listening to the podcast on my way to work, like Saturday or Sunday.
Mhm.
It had to be Sunday because I think that's when it went up. So I heard a lot of talk about what I was doing and why I was late or wouldn't be coming, and it ranged from me having pre-plans for the night and me going out drinking with friends or whatever the crap I was doing. So I'm gonna tell you exactly what I was doing, and then I'm gonna bring it back up by smashing the ever-loving crap out of YouTube.
How much of that was me?
None.
Oh, good, great.
Absolutely none. So, last week, I was late, super late to the podcast. So here's what happened. A few weeks
explained
ago.
it last week.
What?
You explained it good enough that you were for the friend who needed help.
No, I didn't say that. See,
What you
clearly I didn't, or you misconstrued some words. I said I was
Probably did.
talking to my best friend.
Oh, okay. I probably misconstrued it then.
So what happened was a few weeks ago, me and my best friend got into a huge, I'm gonna say kerfuffle. Kerfluffle? Is that the word?
I'm not sure any of those are words, but I understand.
Kerfluffle is a word.
Kerfuffle is a word. It's a word.
Yeah, I thought so. Thank you,
It's an
Ralph.
old-timey word for a disagreement.
They used to call me old school back in high school. So kerfluffle. It's a huge kerfluffle.
You are correct.
To the-
I just looked
to-
it up.
Mm-hmm. To the
Yes,
point
words.
where we were not talking to each other at all. Like I tried to contact them the next day, and they were like, "No, we're not talking." And the way they worded it, what?
Was this because of a debate gone wrong?
No, there was no debate here.
Just making sure. We've had this discussion.
No, there was no debate here. I didn't lose a friend over a debate this time.
We've had this discussion.
So, the way they worded it pissed me off. So I was like, "Cool, whatever, not talking." Then the week after, I was like, "This is stupid. We should be talking." And they were like, "Okay." Let's give it a little bit more time. So we're gonna do it the next week, which consequently the week we weren't talking was their birthday, which made me feel even more super crappy because I had to completely miss their birthday because we weren't talking at all. So we were gonna do it Monday, but because of outside forces, i.e. someone they care about had a death in the family, we couldn't do it Monday. Couldn't do it Tuesday because they were still gonna be with the person who had the death in the family. So it was Wednesday at this point because I wanted this done as quickly as possible. I wanted to start talking to my best friend again. So Wednesday comes up. I'm off work. They were coming to pick me up, but they got in so late from that whole dealing with stuff that they weren't going to be able to come see me until about 10:15, which at that point I knew I was going to be late. They didn't get there till like 10:40. So I was like, okay, I'm probably just going to miss the podcast because I'm totally going to talk to them. We're not putting this off anymore. So we talked. I was still able to catch the ass end of the podcast and extend that son of a crap to another hour. You people suck. The three of y'all together did an hour, and then I come in and do a whole nother hour. Jesus Christ, step your game up, people. So, during this whole thing, Mike constantly yelling, "Don't make plans. He's doing such and such. Blah 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 blah. Professional."
This didn't need to happen.
Ralph coming up, oh, he's out drinking with friends, or I don't know what he's doing, whatever. So, Mike,
This didn't need to happen.
with this whole don't make plans, be professional thing, you once missed a podcast because you were too sick to do it, but you went out for 4 hours to go get an amiibo.
Yes.
Another time, you were late because you couldn't know what time it was while talking because you were trying to get your dick wet.
I don't like this.
Shut up talking to me. Ralph, our first live stream ever of AMV watching you miss because you went drinking.
I
Because you
didn't
totally
say
just
nothing.
forgot the day.
Yeah, I did. Yep, did.
So shut up. Shut your faces.
He said he was gonna let it go. This didn't need to happen.
Yeah, I totally wasn't going to do this.
Oh, it doesn't matter.
Mike, the leader, missed an episode so he can go get a toy.
This didn't need to happen.
Shut your face.
Yes. That was the old
Yes.
podcast.
No, it's still the podcast, though.
It still happened.
It still happened.
I'm not arguing that.
You can't argue it. That's why. It totes happened.
That was 100 some odd episodes in.
So
He was still.
my lateness of the podcast was because I was trying to reconcile things with my best friend. Your lateness of the podcast was, what time is it? This is totes off. Whoas.
And that's
And then-
completely fine. Let me know.
I did let y'all know.
Did you?
Yeah, I text Ralph.
Well, text me. I'm the one who runs it. I
You
had
say
to-
that like you don't have a communication with Ralph.
It was during the podcast.
My phone's muted during podcast. I don't even know. I don't.
No,
even
you
look at
got
my
the
phone.
text because you said
Oh.
it out loud.
Oh, right. Yeah, I relayed the message. Didn't I?
Yeah.
Was
Yeah.
it? Is it?
And
during?
that's when Mike went off on his whole "don't make plans" thing.
Yeah,
This
I
time-
relayed the message.
Yeah, it was on the podcast. You can hear it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I forgot about that.
I just asked to know beforehand, just because.
I didn't know
I
beforehand.
was gonna say, unless I know otherwise, I expect everybody to be here.
Amiibo.
Now.
Oh yeah, this different then. Okay. I don't see how that's different.
I view this podcast very differently than the last. I'm going in with.
We don't have a theme.
It's a
We don't.
general podcast.
No, we don't have a theme song, an intro.
Oh, wait. There's stuff that we can improve on here and there.
Oh no, the
and
art,
add to, but
the
like
art
it's,
and music need to be worked on hardcore.
yes. However,
Or at all.
I have a drum beat currently in Dropbox.
I do need to look at that, but I've been so busy with work and reconciling things with my best friend.
See, I did not know this.
No, you didn't.
Didn't need to be honest. with
Still
you.
smashed me. Because y'all assumed I was like, I'm just going to throw off this podcast to go drinking.
Well, think
Or I had
about the
some-
week before.
What was the week before?
I'm just going to bullshit lie and say no, or 2 weeks.
Because we
before.
were both not feeling it.
Then tell me that.
Why would I tell you that so we can hear this lecture?
Because it came anyway.
Exactly.
It still came.
I'd
yeah.
rather there
only
be honesty.
came- It only came because of honesty. I could have just been like, yeah, that's what's happened. Whatever. But no, because you still made that snide little remark. Because the monitor got thrown downstairs. Guess we didn't do it last week. You still did snide remarks and
Because
stuff.
that's all I knew.
No, but I'm saying you're still bringing it up. So clearly you want to talk about. I gotta stop. I gotta get back into the habit of cursing. I need somebody here that I actually curse with. Because when I'm around you, I self-censor. It's automatic. Everybody else, I am a sailor. It's ridiculous. It's real bad. I'll toss out the N-word like nobody's business.
Now I'm imagining BG the sailor. on
No,
his-
you don't need
on
to do
his
that.
ship.
Speaking of, One Piece is so good. But that, you know what? So, while we're talking about this whole thing, you guys are not going to be in our One Piece discussion. We're going to do the One Piece v DBZ thing, but that needs to be collectively DA and I.
Yeah, go for it. It's your guys' thing.
Now, this WrestleMania thing, we personally don't give a crap about WrestleMania or the WWE, so it doesn't really matter to us. But One Piece really matters to us. And we've planned out this One Piece podcast or this One Piece episode since the old podcast. One of our biggest topics is who has the worst past of the Straw Hats. And we've had discussions about this off cast that are just going to bleed into cast.
Mhm.
That's going to be like 30, 40 minutes. We can't have a ship steered for that episode. We simply cannot.
Nice
we're
pun.
We're too random and we
Fly.
know what?
That's too random, too fly.
Not fly. We know how to move things along in our own pace. And that episode needs to be our pace. Because it's One Piece. Like, if there was a Star Wars episode, that's y'all pace. Like, we
Yeah.
can't do anything there. We literally, you might as well not even have us on. We're not going to add anything. We're going to throw in a line or two, and it's just going to be pretty nothing. We can't have it steered away or not at our pace for that episode. Again, this is WrestleMania, this is WWE. We don't give two craps about this. So let's go into this WWE thing.
Before
'Cause I'm
that,
really-
one little thing. That's something I actually just did today. Just wanted to touch on. So Rooster Teeth has been doing this thing. They did it with Laser Team, and now they just did it with Ruby Volume 1, where they're using this service called Tug to crowdfunding for theater
Yeah.
releases, so to speak.
Yeah,
is the
that's
best way to
exactly what
describe
it
it.
is. Yeah.
And I literally just did that today. They had Ruby Volume 1 playing in a theater. One of the theaters in Columbus got enough tickets to actually show it, went to it. And there's just something about being with a group of people that you know are a fan of the same thing as you. Like, even more so than, like, going to a comic book movie or science fiction or something
You
like
mean,
that.
yeah, a special event dedicated to one certain
Exactly.
thing, yeah.
And, like, with Laser Team, that was awesome as far as, like, talking with everybody and all that. And this was pretty the same. Although there was one fucking person. It's, like, in the back left corner of the theater. You know, you're in the theater. Sometimes you talk to the person next to you.
Oh, God.
Usually you're, talking maybe about this loud or something, just right next to the person just so only they can hear. This person was talking at about this volume every time they wanted to talk to their friend.
There's
was
always that
getting
motherfucker at the
so fucking... And I could hear their friend going, shh, shh. And they just, like, could not process that they were in public with other people. You are not in your living room talking with your friend.
Excuse me. Was that the Flash?
Which, exactly. Exactly.
No, we have this every time, Mike.
Mike, that's in
Every
theater.
time.
Yeah, that's every theater.
You have this
This
white.
isn't a special occasion.
You have this white man ire like they're
No,
speaking
no,
during the
no.
movie.
It's the white man's privilege.
We
I paid to see this, and I demand silence.
Yes.
Yeah,
No.
that doesn't happen ever.
who was it that when that Thor first appeared and that woman applauded and was, whoa! No, this is a regular occurrence for us.
Yeah, same here. I've never been to a movie theater that's been quiet the whole time.
Ugh.
You,
I want...
that was super weak sauce.
Mike, this is we every single time we talk about movies, we say that there's people with their cell phone or they're talking or
Dog!
they're doing whatever, and you're just going, oh, this happened to me once. Oh my god, I gotta tell you guys, just sit down, man. Here, have a cup of tea. You're gonna need it.
I'm still
Listen.
shaking.
Oh my goodness.
The
I called
theaters
the
I go
authorities. They
to,
didn't do anything.
people can get kicked
Why
out
didn't-
for that shit.
Not here.
Exactly. There's why. Like, I would love an
Mike.
Alamo Draft House somewhere around here because
My
they're, like,
displeasure has never been higher.
Mike, once this happened.
So, I went to go see Snow White and the Huntsman, or The Huntsman Winter's War.
How is
That's what
that?
it
Oh
was.
yeah, how is that?
It's a fun fantasy movie.
Is it?
It's fun. I think it's a little too jokey at times, but it is what it is. It's got some familiar beats. So I went with the rocking chairs, the vibrating chairs. They were pretty fun, but I'm probably just gonna go recliner again next time. So I'm in an area. This dude had his cell phone out like this.
I hate
It
this,
wasn't
right?
even. He wasn't even trying. He was going above head level at times to look at his cell phone.
Fuck you.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
And that is
Mike,
why,
shut up.
that's why I want like an Alamo Draft House. I want them
Mike,
to expand.
Once this happened to you, I can't name a movie theater time where this didn't happen to me, Mike.
Green Lantern.
And you're just like, one time people were talking loudly.
Yes,
Is
it's
that-
annoying as crap. I don't care if it's
What?
once or if you're used to
This
it.
is the
It's
first
annoying
You know
as
what?
crap.
This has ever happened to you.
You know why this is particularly like, ugh? Why? You're pretty much kicking off the episode with this. For DA and I, this is such a normal occurrence.
Everyday
will-
reality.
We'll be in the middle of the movie discussion and be like, oh, those stupid black people. And it'll be a minute and a half.
But you had to say, before we talk about WrestleMania, let me tell you this terrible occurrence that happened to me.
It was like, I went to see this movie. It was pretty cool. But this dude, the voice. No. You don't know. You know. We are living this daily. I dread going to see cats.
Man.
Oh my god! Don't
like,
even fucking remind me.
How do we go there where there's nobody? Morning, noon, night. There's gonna be somebody, and I'm just like, why can there never just be nobody?
When are you guys going?
We haven't decided yet. We might need to do a midnight for that one.
You think?
Yeah.
I might be also doing midnight, or I might be doing.
That's
the next
worth
day.
going to see midnight. Look, no matter
I can't-
what, we're gonna get terrible people in the
Oh,
crowd.
without a doubt. Without a doubt.
You
But
go
maybe
early
they'll
enough,
be
yeah.
a little bit policed.
Yeah.
Like, you think?
So we're not gonna get the AMC 7:00 because I'm sure we'll both be working then. But I think they also have one at like 11:15 that we can hit.
Yeah, they are doing like 3 showings now from like 7
So
to
yeah, we might need to do
midnight.
that. And if we go even, let's say we go a Tuesday at 2 p.m., still gonna be some black person there, just like ridiculous garbage.
Yo,
so
man, that's Spider-Man. Spider-Man.
Whoop his ass, Spidey. No. So it might be worth going to see a crowd that's up, as opposed to everyone's just like, and then there's this dude next to us just constantly talking. Shut up, black people. Black people really ruin movies.
Black people ruin everything.
It's not even just black people. Like,
My goal-
white trash people do as well.
Oh, yeah, white trash is terrible,
it's
too.
pretty fucking
Or
rough, dude.
white nerds, apparently.
If there was ever a time where I wanted to be rich, it's so I could buy a movie theater and just like I get to see this screening. Like nobody,
For me,
people
no
I
one
know
else.
are coming in. You people, you will wait.
You'll
Fuck
charge
everyone else.
You'll charge tickets. Sorry.
Charge pictures.
No, I won't charge anything for the people I'm going to see it with. Those next people, yeah, y'all paying top dollar. Cause my theater's gonna be awesome.
All right. So let us move to. I'm actually gonna pull
WrestleMania.
up like the whole little itinerary. WrestleMania.
It should
This
already
is
be up. It should already be up.
Oh yeah, where's the list, Mike? You're a minute late with the list, Mike.
Earlier in the podcast, he started talking about something. He's like, I really should have pulled this up. He didn't have that pulled up. And he's just like, oh, I'm going to talk about this with no information. Good job, Mike.
No problem. Totally.
We're going to call you on this every single time from now on. Be prepared.
Oh god, saw that coming the moment this started.
Oh man, this was a terrible mania.
Wasn't it?
Okay, we got the card at
I
least.
think I've heard people say that it's in the bottom 3 of all time.
DA said bottom 5 for him.
Without a doubt.
I'm just looking at the card itself. It's so terrible.
So first things first, the
Oh,
whole
okay,
snafu
right.
with the people trying to get in.
Oh yeah.
Did you guys hear about that?
What did Martin say? Did he
So-
say it was like close to 10,000 people couldn't get in until
So,
like an hour into
They
the
had
game?
this weird ticket system where it was like a wristband that you had to scan or something, which was
Mhm.
connected to the stadium's Wi-Fi network. Well, the Wi-Fi network was down, so
They couldn't scan
no one
anybody's
could
bracelet.
get in
Yeah.
for a long ass time. And if you watch the Mark Remark by Little Karibo, like he he keeps going back to that joke and just he finally ends it with like, I'm not bitter. But yeah, they had just a terrible time getting people in, and then they have their pre-shows as they
No,
do.
the thing is, they had the pre-show and the show started before 10,000 people got in.
Oh, that why it was so empty?
That's exactly
Okay.
why. That's
That
why you
makes
saw the
sense.
pre-show and the first few matches were like quiet and there's no fan
No,
reaction.
that wasn't the reason.
No, that wasn't the reason at all.
No, I know the reason for that.
I mean, they kept Martin kept taking pictures
Ding,
from when he
ding.
got in there finally, and apparently it was like from what you saw on TV, they didn't show like half of the stadium because half.
Yeah,
was
they couldn't.
empty. Yeah, it was empty.
So first match is for the United States championship. Sorry, Kalisto versus Ryback.
No, goddamn.
Which the only things that I've seen from that, at least from the broadcast, are like they had a couple of like older announcers, and one dude's like being all super serious, and then there's the King, who every time he says something, he just goes, "What?"
So,
Go ahead.
Ryback.
Okay, I thought you were going Kalisto. Okay.
No, Kalisto is
Curveball.
Ryback. I like Ryback. Never need to see the man again. I never need to see another Ryback match. I've seen them.
Yeah.
I've seen one.
You've seen it.
I've seen it. I've seen his match. No more. No more Ryback. What were you about to say about Kalisto?
They're booking him terribly.
Why
Think
you say
about
that?
Cena.
Mm-hmm.
I understand that Cena's Cena, but
He's always going to be Cena.
but for the past like month and a half, even before WrestleMania, Kalisto was defending on Superstars, not even on Raw, other than a quick little, "Hey, I'm here. I'm gonna be here." You know, they built up absolutely zero of this, and they're having a rematch for it at payback.
See, the problem is that they don't treat any of their secondary champions with any type of respect.
Yeah,
No,
I thought
they
that
don't.
they would, but they were just treating Cena with respect. That's all that whole open challenge thing.
yeah.
Was.
Well,
But I thought it'd be different. I thought.
What's worse is Kalisto was so over.
Yes.
These people are so ridiculously over, and then you turn around and just like, where are they? Oh, they're in a nothing dark match. Who cares? Like, WWE doesn't know what the crap they're doing.
I didn't see this match.
Same.
Didn't need to.
Same.
Apparently, it went 9 minutes.
From what I saw of it, it was Kalisto dodge rolling and Ryback chasing him.
I'm just like BG. I don't need to see a Ryback match. I like Ryback. He's
The big
a
guy.
funny guy, and he has a certain charisma about him where I'm just like, I like this guy, but I don't need to see him
Ever again.
because he's not a particularly good wrestler. He's a good big guy, but that can only take you so far.
Yeah.
Please, Big Show.
It can only take you so far in terms of entertainment, not in terms of
What you can do in this
yeah,
company.
Yeah.
I think it's
So-
like bigger the size, like gets you that much farther.
So,
Big Show's a very large
Braun.
man.
So, yeah. Kalisto retained.
Yep. Next is a
Skip. No. Skip it.
5v5
No.
Team
Skip it.
Divas,
No.
Team
Hey,
Bad,
hey.
whatever.
No. Stop talking. Stop
Go ahead.
talking. Skip that completely.
Everyone did.
This is
Bathroom.
Offensive.
it's sad that the bathroom break comes within 10 minutes of the show starting. But this was a bathroom break.
It sucks because let's see.
There's legit
like-
good people on
I
there.
like Paige. I like Natalia. Foxy is.
She has her moments.
Lana. I like.
I
Naomi,
really like Foxy's character before they changed it.
Yeah, Emma. I like half of the people in this match, but they all should be doing better. But there's only so much time for the women.
Why is
and,
Tamina blonde?
it's bad and blonde?
Okay, that makes sense. As in, it makes no sense. So yeah, completely skip it. I don't care who won.
Yep. Then they unveiled the Women's Championship, which I found funny just because it was Lita who introduced the new belt.
And can we talk about the fact that Lita could not give a
Coherent sentence?
Yeah, she couldn't speak a line.
Lita was never the best mic person.
Oh, never.
Clearly, and it
There-
hasn't gotten any better.
There
it was
are
rough to
good-
listen to.
There are good workers. There are good mic people, and then there's the Venn diagram of the people in the middle that are both. She's not both.
No, she's always been a much better worker. And I'm not even certain about that. I need to go back and look
Yeah.
at
She
some Lita
was good. I've seen matches.
Well, she was trained by legit like luchador people,
Yeah.
so she can definitely do the luchador like moves and high flying stuff. But I don't know if she can work a match
Give me a female wrestler today.
today. Paige.
She was a little bit worse than Paige. Not
Okay.
quite as good.
That's not bad. I might need to check out
Yeah.
Lita stuff.
She had some good matches.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was the very first Women's Championship, which is
Ah.
a complete farce.
WWE likes to remember certain things.
No, stop. They like the audience to remember certain things.
Only when convenient.
Only when
Because-
convenient.
Remember that guy named Chris Benoit?
When John Cena and Randy Orton unified the titles. They were like, this is the first ever undisputed champion. And then every single time that Jericho comes out, they're like, he's the first ever undisputed champion. It's like, you can't have it. You can't have two first ever undisputed champions.
That's why they had to start saying he's the first ever WWE World Heavyweight Champion.
Goodness.
Because they couldn't go with that undisputed crap no more. It's convenient for them. And yeah,
I like the new belt. It's a little bit big, but it's better than that butterfly garbage.
Yeah, I'm tired. I was tired of the Divas title. It was awful. It was one of the worst belts I've ever
They were
seen.
like, take us seriously, and they're holding that toy. It's like, no.
It looked so
There's
weird with Beth Phoenix holding that title. Like, what are you doing? See, it made sense for somebody like AJ. Like,
Yeah.
she was a widow, like Black Widow thing going on, this spider thing going on. So it looked all right on her. There were some people that were just like, why? Of course, the Bellas, it always looks good on them because they're just poppy. Stop giving them the title.
Brie is gone.
Forever?
Yeah, she
she's
retired.
Oh, yeah, she did retire. I forgot
And
about
Nikki may or may not be coming back. Her MIR scans are going fine, but they say she's gonna have to stop using the rack attack because that screwed up her neck.
that. Okay.
But who wants to see her?
Yeah, it would be bad without Brie. Yeah, well, they both don't need any money. They got that total Divas crap
and
going
they're
on.
married to huge superstars.
So yeah, they'll get by. They don't need this. That's the same thing that happened with Michelle McCool. She doesn't need this. She's married to Undertaker. I don't need this crap. Laters. Where's Layla?
Layla retired.
When did she retire?
She retired like a year ago, homie.
Boy.
Just nothing was made of it.
Yeah, clearly. That's sad.
Yeah.
Did she go in the Hall of Fame
No.
within the next 5 years?
No.
Really? She was part of Laycool. She was a couple time Divas champion.
Wow. Is Michelle McCool in there?
She's not in there yet.
I think that when they're all the way down there,
When they're in Mayo. When they're Mayo.
when they're getting all them little crumbs out the cereal box, that's when they're gonna be like, "Come on in,
Do we
Layla.
really have to put in 8 ball?
Come on in here, chains."
The Mexicools.
All right.
Nails.
Next
So,
match: the
yeah.
Usos versus the Dudleys.
Skipped.
Yeah, from what I'd heard, meh.
So I like the Usos. I tolerate the Dudleys in that I don't ever need to see them again, but I enjoy both people.
They have good matches.
It was a little over 5 minutes. That's all you need to say about it. It was whatever. The Usos win. It does nothing for them, does nothing for the Dudleys.
It wasn't really a big build either.
No. Like, what was the point of the match? Exactly. Like, well, who cares?
Okay, the Usos won that. Intercontinental Championship: Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn versus Dolph Ziggler versus Sin Cara versus The Miz versus Stardust and versus Zack Ryder.
Do you know Sin Cara stands for yada yada? Ugh.
Okay, where do we start with this? 'Cause this
Sin Cara did not get hurt.
5 stars. Congratulations.
As far as I know, he didn't botch anything either.
I just love how they had the pre-show or whatever, and they talked about this match, and then Lita's like, I think Zack Ryder's going to take it, and then Booker T, like, not acting seriously, just laughed. It's like, Zack Ryder? Are you serious, Zack Ryder?
Are you serious, bro?
That's how little he was used. That's how much he was buried. He's a good enough worker.
He was buried.
People use Barry way too much. I think we talked about this on one of the podcasts.
Oh yeah, definitely podcast stuff. Or no. It was not podcast stuff. It wasn't even the Go Home show. It was one of our regular Yep episodes.
People use the word buried too much because it's like one person lost a match. Oh, they're buried. No. There are 2 burials in the history.
Recently.
Damien Sandow and Mr. Ryder. I like Ryder's coat.
Yeah. I think I also asked which one was worse, and you said Damien heard it.
Oh, yeah.
Bro.
Yeah, it hurts a lot. It still hurts to this day.
Dude, it was whatever. So this match, it was match of the night.
Low bar.
Yeah, very low bar. Like it might be the only rewatchable match. I'm looking over the card. Yep, it was the only rewatchable match.
I'm going KO and Sammy. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn are two amazing workers.
Absolutely.
They're both. Kevin Owens is fantastic on the mic, top 5 right now. Sami Zayn is getting there. He's good enough. He's good, but he's not amazing on the mic. But his ring skills make up for that so well. They're in a feud right now because they're friends. They have been friends for a very long time, and that was the crux of their feud down in NXT and a bit on the main roster. I'm looking forward to it a lot. I shouldn't be because it's WWE.
And you've seen it like 70,000 times.
Before. I've been hurt before, and I don't want to be hurt again. But these two people are amazing, and I look forward to anything that they do. Now, that being said, they can do a lot in this match. They did, because it's, 7, 8 people in this match?
Yeah, it's a lot of people.
7
people in this match. They got their spots in, but everybody got this done. They're having a match at Payback this upcoming Sunday. And,
is this Sunday?
Yes, it is this Sunday.
Dude, I can't.
I didn't know either. Yeah, they're having a match. Usually, because I'm thinking that since both titles are occupied and they're not gonna go anywhere for a while, Cesaro is gonna wreck Miz, and he's gonna go. I don't know what they're gonna do with Cesaro. I'll talk about that later.
He needs to be a world champion.
But I don't think that I think that Sammy and KO are gonna have at least 2 or 3 pay-per-views.
Oh, absolutely.
And this is gonna be the first one, so it's gonna be good, but it's not gonna be as good as the second one.
It's the trilogy effect.
Yes,
Mhm.
that's what I felt about the Cena KO match.
I felt the same way. No, I take that back. Because I think I was about to say Orton and Christian, but I think their 4th match might have been the best. They had a lot of matches, which was the No Holds Barred match. But if it's a trilogy thing, now this really should be the Jericho Shawn Michaels of so what happened there? That oh my god, what a goosebump!
Those were some good matches.
Goosebump. So they had a little feud going on,
Mm-hmm.
and then it died down for like 4 or 5 months, and Jericho went on to win the world title, and then they just put that feud right back, and now it's even bigger because it's for the world title. So what they should do right now is have KO and Sami Zayn wrestle for however many whatevs, and then one of them wins the Rumble, goes on to win the title, and then they bring that feud back.
It's a feud that's always in the back of people's minds.
Yes, and it will be instant heat automatically.
It's sort of like Bryan and Punk. It was just like, when are these two gonna? At any time they came together, like either it was in a match or when they were tag team, it was just like sparks were flying, and they can both just go off and do whatever they want.
Yeah,
but then they can always just come back and
it's
at any point in time.
It's the same thing with they really should be 2 top guys, Stone Cold and The Rock. Like they always did their own thing, but anytime they came together, it was explosive as crap.
Right.
And this is what this should be. Like they need to start looking at the new generation. Orton hasn't been there for like 8 months. Cena is coming back Memorial Day, but he hasn't been there. He missed Mania pretty much. Like he didn't have a match. He did a FU or whatever. And like all these top guys are gone. Punk, Bryan, like you can't. And Lesnar's there 6 times out of the year. You can't. You've got to start looking toward the future. But they refuse to put the belt on good young people. They put it on who they want to put it on. Roman Reigns, who is just a shit show. Like he cannot talk. He cannot wrestle. What does he do?
Man's pretty.
There's other pretty guys.
We know, what was it, Kelly, the AMV judge at OhioCon.
Oh.
She, I guess her boyfriend is a very big fan of wrestling, and I forget, we mentioned something about Roman Reigns. She's like, oh, that's the hot one, right? And we're like,
That women and children love him. The children love his intensity, and the women love his face and body.
I'll get to Roman later.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be a trashing.
Yep. So as far as this match,
not done yet.
Go ahead.
Dolph Ziggler.
You're tired of Ziggle Biggles.
Are
you back? on the Ziggler train?
No. God, no. That train has left the station and crashed already.
Yeah, but they're making a new one, even better and faster.
Yeah, and
That
it's
sounds
called
so
freaking,
wrong.
I forget his name. Tyler Breeze.
Yeah.
But see what they're doing with him. I don't like Dolph
Nothing.
Ziggler. Dolph Ziggler is a wrestler.
Used to.
Dolph Ziggler. What else would he be? Dolph Ziggler is a construction worker.
Let me tell you about this dude in my job. Dolph Ziggler, this piece of crap.
Oh yeah, wrestling.
So he's good. There's no denying that. But there are people who are mechanically good, which means that they know how to put on a match. Randy Orton and Triple H are people who know how to put on a match. They have a set match
Even
that they
though
know
I
how
do
to
not
do.
like them wrestling.
They have a set match that they know how to do, and they do it. Babyface
It's
gets
almost
a little bit of a
autopilot.
shine. Yes, Babyface gets a little bit of a shine. Heel takes over. Babyface comeback. Trade finishers. Trade kickouts, and then somebody wins. That is a mechanical wrestler like Triple H and
Orton.
Dolph Ziggler is very diverse, but it's to the detriment of him because
And the person he's wrestling.
and the person he's wrestling. Because what he does is, say he gets punched in the face, they wind up punching. He'll flail his arms and he'll spin and he'll fall face down. It's like it doesn't need all that. He's trying to get himself over in the wrong way because that's how he got. People love Ziggler because he's a good worker. He makes the opponent looks good by doing that. He flops all around and stuff. I'm sick of it.
I think he toned it down though.
He definitely toned it down, but it's just sort of it exposes the business because if this guy is punching him and one guy just falls back and the other guy flails his arms and falls back, that guy seems extraordinarily weak.
Huh.
Why isn't this guy doing as much damage to this guy as this guy?
The Rock
I
would
don't-
do that on occasion too, right?
Yeah, right.
The Rock was a very good
But he
showman.
only did it against like Stone Cold.
Yeah, he didn't do it against a Scotty Too Hotty.
Okay.
Or even
Dolph Ziggler will do it against Hornswoggle. I think he has.
he might have.
And
I think he headbutted him in the gut or something.
it shouldn't be like that. So I don't like Ziggler. Screw him.
See, I'm still on the not so much, the Ziggler train.
You're on the
But-
caboose. You're like you're
It's-
about to hop off, but you're not.
No, I'm still not even close to hopping off. But
It's
I don't-
hard to get invested in them because they're not going to do anything with them.
ever.
That's how I feel about. I've had to restructure
Cody
my top 5
Rhodes.
because they're not doing anything with Swagger. They're not doing anything with Tyler, and they should be, but they're just not.
Wait, you brought up Cody Rhodes. Is that Stardust?
Yes.
Dear God.
Yes.
Didn't they already ruin him already completely, like for good?
No.
It could have been something.
This guy, Cody Rhodes, has played like 4 or 5 roles in the WWE. And he
Yeah.
throws himself completely into the role. Just watch some interviews with him as Stardust. He is an insane, this is a wrestler.
There are gimmicks that should not get over and gimmicks that cannot get over. It all depends on how much you get into it. Like there's these characters by the name of the Vaudevillains, and
They're stupid over right
they're
now.
stupid over because it's just an old timey gimmick. They're all put up your dukes and stuff, and
Engaged in fisticuffs.
they're throwing themselves into it, and the audience appreciates that.
Yes.
Stardust did the same, but then they just did nothing with them. And there's only so much that you can get behind a person when you see them maybe once a month and they're just laying down for a Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
And the same happened with help me out here.
Who?
Crap, how did I? Oh, the New Day. My bad. Yeah, same thing happened with New Day. They threw themselves into this crap gimmick they were given,
Yeah.
and then when did that turn around?
It turned around right after Mania. At Mania, last Mania.
Yeah, of
Mania
course.
before last. When they were in the Fatal 4-Way, or was it? I think it was a 4-Way.
Mm-hmm.
And Vince was just like, look, this is gonna work. You guys are gonna go out there. This is Mania. Everybody's gonna love you. They got booed the crap out of. And they just went to the back and were like, Vince, you got to give us a chance to turn heel. And then the very next week, they were like, why are you people so content with being unhappy? and then they just slowly
Became the greatest thing in wrestling today.
What did they say? They said I remember I saw one of them. I forget which one of it. He made a tweet about how last year's Mania they were selling basically like no merchandise whatsoever. After this year's Mania, it had tripled like 300% or something like that.
Big E said back when New Day first started, they had to beg them for a single item on WWE, and then they said at this Mania they were the top seller of anybody.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's what it was.
And he was just like, thank you people for wanting wrestling to be fun.
Yeah.
And the New Day is fun.
Also, I forget. I think it was the same guy who did an interview for IGN. He was also a massive anime fan.
No, that's
Xavier Woods. He's a massive anime and video game
He was
fan.
supposed to be at OhioCon, but he had to cancel.
Oh, wait. I remember you brought that up.
Oh, I was
And the whole New Day was at Final Round. And it made me so mad I didn't go to Final Round.
It would have made me mad if you had went. Like, hey, DA, check out this picture. You would have got a punch to the face, legit. There would have been nothing left of your face.
One punch.
So, at the end of this match, unless there's anything else anybody wants to say,
No.
all right. The winner and new
One thing, really quickly. People don't like the Miz because
I'll never understand. I understand why. Never mind.
I understand why.
They
but,
can't get past what he was.
Yeah. And I can, and I do,
Yeah.
because little things will make me love a person in wrestling. Here's what the Miz did. He has this whole big overblown movie star gimmick. He came out, and he's a heel. He came out and he starts slapping hands with fans. And then he pulls out a little bottle of hand sanitizer and wipes his hands. And I'm just like, that's brilliant. He doesn't want to touch these commoners. Little things like that make me love a character. I like the Miz. He's doing good stuff. Zack Ryder, good on him, but then bad on him. They gave it to him just to, I don't know what happened.
Are they gonna rebuild him up, or are they just doing it?
No, he lost to Baron Corbin in like 2 seconds and on SmackDown.
So what the?
I do.
Whatever.
Oh, he's not even champion anymore?
No, he lost it the next night.
Wow.
He didn't even. He got one rematch and then that was it.
Okay. So next match.
Yeah.
AJ Styles versus Chris Jericho.
This would have been a match of the night if this wasn't the 4th time that we've seen the match.
Mm-hmm.
It was really good. Both of these guys are really, really good. AJ Styles, at one point, I consider him the best wrestler in the world. Really? At one time, yes, AJ Styles is the best.
At one point.
He's been overtaken. Not because his skills have diminished, but other people have overtaken him.
Like who?
Cesaro. And Cesaro.
Is he even still around? I haven't
Yes,
seen him
yes.
mentioned in a
He's
while.
about to win the IC title, and I'm gonna.
He should win
out.
the world title, but we'll get to him.
We'll
get to him.
Dude,
We'll get to him.
He has his suit, and he held the title after he laid out Miz. Me and Chris both just let out a girly squeal because it looks so amazing on him. It looks, but I'm just like, give him the world. Cesaro comes later. AJ Styles at one point was bottom 5 on the mic of all time.
Boy,
that was terrible.
If that's a success story, if you could go from bottom 5 to mediocre, that's a success story.
He's good. He's good now. He's good now. There
are people that never. Linda is. She is a black hole of mic technique. I have never seen anyone as bad as her. Ever in my life.
Vince in an interview was like, Linda, I love her, but she's just not a performer.
She is terrible. What was that one we always quoted?
I want a divorce. I said that with way more enthusiasm.
Yeah.
And it was that time during, I think it was around WrestleMania 16 or 17 where she was in a catatonic state.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect role for her.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
All she had to do was sit there and stare blankly, not say a word. Back to this. Jericho is amazing. Always has been amazing. He's lost a step because of his older age.
Of course.
It's of course, but he's still one of the best performers in the WWE. He could switch between face and heel easily.
And it's believable. He could go through the world for the world title at any point,
Yeah.
and it's believable. The man is one of the greatest of all time.
Great
in
mic
the mic and on the mic and in the ring.
Like I said, this match would have been amazing had this not been the fourth time. They had a good build and everything. They trolled the crap out of people because at one time they were a team and they came out with a shirt for the team, and the very next week they disbanded. It's just like, I got you. Yeah. No, that was very smart on them.
Oh,
It wasn't poor planning. It was actually just
Yeah, they meant to do that.
yeah. They meant
So
to.
funny,
Unlike Toriyama.
so funny enough. I'm like looking through the text for the description of the match, and like I see it's like I don't think Styles got buried in quotations here. So just going along with people overuse that term.
And then he's the number one contender for the world title a month later.
He
Shut
lost.
up.
Why did he lose? If
Yeah,
they were just
I don't know
gonna-
why.
They could have anyway.
So next match.
Good on both of them.
Maybe they didn't want him to look too strong heading into. Maybe they want him to be the underdog going against Reigns.
So next
Who
match
knows?
is the New Day versus the New Day versus the League of Nations.
This match is fairly nothing, and it is overshadowed greatly by the beginning and the end of the
I
match.
was gonna say
Fact.
the beginning is
especially by their opening, them walking in.
Coming out in the bootios in Saiyan armor, and Xavier Woods having his hair like Vegeta.
which they
And
I
the
guess
tail
they
ending in the
literally
Kamehameha.
cut to it's like they show them the Saiyan armor, then they cut to the crowd and they cut onto Team 4-Star.
Yeah, they did.
Like just perfect.
I remember Lanny. What was it? Lanny's post. He was losing his mind over that.
So yeah,
Twitter.
that was an amazing. And then you don't need to talk about this match. It was nothing.
The New Day is amazing. I love the New Day. I thought that at this point, week after week, I would start get a little cold on them, but they're just getting better and better.
With each passing
I
week,
don't know why.
They
I don't
are-
know how they could be this good because they've been doing this for essentially a year, week after week, just coming out and doing this, and it's just amazing. And it shouldn't be.
I can't remember the last show I watched where they weren't the best part of the show.
And it shouldn't be like that because here's what it was. It was a TNA guy in Xavier Woods who came here. He was in NXT. He was a jobber. He came up. He was a jobber. Kofi Kingston is a mainstay. He's good. He's great. I love him. He was not good on the mic. I will admit that.
No, he
He's gotten better. He's gotten
Yes.
better, a lot better. But he was always a good guy who is like right. If you need a number one contender, he's a good guy to show off the number one contender skills and then lose, and then just be like, it's a believable, hard fought match. Biggie, he's huge. He shouldn't be doing the things that he's doing. He's very fast.
Yeah, that man has impact.
He's a hilarious person.
In our IRL.
Mhm.
Real life. He was a fairly mediocre wrestler, but he's gotten really good. And they all know their character to such a degree, and they put themselves so far into it, it's hard not to love them. And I could not be happier for all three of those guys because they're all genuinely nice guys who love the business, and they all deserved better. And they were given this crap gimmick. They had every week the three of them went into Vince's office with new ideas. And Vince was like, nobody else does this. They all just accept with it. But they came week after week after week. New ideas, new vignettes. They filmed things themselves and showed it to Vince. They were supposed to be an APA type of thing, problem solvers.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And they were also at one point going to be the new Nation of
They were supposed to
Domination,
be a new Nation of Domination. But
which was a race.
Vince just
thing.
went, I have a perfect idea for you guys. And you're going to love it.
Oh.
You're all going to be preachers. You're black. It works. and they went, you know what, Vince? And this is a beautiful quote from Xavier Woods. He said when they were first given to it, he said, just give us the chance to fail. That's all we want. Give us the opportunity. and they were giving it.
And they succeeded so greatly.
Years down the road. I don't know when New Day is going to end. They said when all three of the New Day members said when New Day ends, they're all just going to retire because they love doing this. And it's going to be a sad day. But years down
And it's
the
coming
road,
soon.
This is good. They wanted to do it like months ago, break them all off and do a triple threat.
No, that's not gonna happen.
But they said no, flat out.
Yeah, no, that's not gonna
But
happen.
years
But
down
I'm
the
talking
road-
about Xavier's getting his doctorate
Yeah.
at some point. It's
Yeah.
PhD, and as soon as that happens, he said he's done with wrestling.
I think he's going to stay a little bit
Who
longer.
is? Wait, what's going on?
Xavier Woods, the dude
He
that
is.
loves anime. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's only in wrestling to go to school, really.
really?
Yeah, and once
He's
finished
got 2 degrees already, and he's going for his doctorate.
In
Smart
what?
dude.
his PhD,
Oh, he's going for PhD.
Child psychology.
Oh, wow.
and he
Wow.
said once he's done with that, he's done with wrestling. And the New Day, Kofi and Big E said once he's done, they're done.
And Xavier Woods, he's in school. He works out. He has a gaming channel, and he wrestles. Dude, like I said, I'm happy for the dude. He deserves it. Yeah, nothing but great things for the New Day. Like I said, years down the road when this does come to an end, I think this is going to be a turning point in wrestling.
Really?
Yes, people are gonna talk about this, going let people go, and they can do it because look at the social outcasts. They are given chances. People love them.
Yeah, they really do.
They're not to the New Day level, obviously, because none of them are near as good as worker as the worst worker. But people still love them, and they're just doing stupid stuff. It's all about being entertaining.
So let me cut you off right there with the letting the people go. There was, oh my God. So Roman Reigns and the Usos are cousins. There was a backstage promo between the three where they're talking to each other. It sounded like somebody wrote what they expected cousins to like. Well, Us, no. Let them have a conversation. Give them their bullet points and let them have a conversation. You're writing lines for these people, and it just feels so stilted and bullcrap.
I watched an interview with Stone Cold, and he essentially said the same thing. He's like, no one really improvs anymore.
Yeah,
It's more just total screen. There's total script writing.
Now,
and
is that
editing.
an end result of the PG generation thing? They don't
No.
want to take the chance
No.
of anybody screwing up.
No. It's a result of the WWE wanting to have as much control over their product as possible.
thinking that they know everything.
They think they know best.
They
And
don't.
they see what works and they try to cram that down your throat so ratings stay stagnant. They're not in the business of raising ratings. They're in the business of not losing ratings. Maintaining. So they're going to keep doing Cena and anything that works as long as their ratings don't plummet. They don't care if they soar. They care if they plummet.
Now, as far as the League of Nations goes,
Oh.
I like half of them. I love half of them. Rusev and King Barrett are.
But Barrett's kicked out.
They're broken up.
Oh.
SmackDown.
What?
They broke up.
Good.
Sheamus has always been a good worker. Alberto Del Rio has always been a good worker. I thought that they worked well enough together. They didn't show enough of them all.
Mhm.
But I don't think they should have won, obviously,
No.
because what they did right after, they were supposed to go into a feud with the Wyatts,
Mhm.
but Bray Wyatt tore a muscle, so that was out.
Yeah.
No question.
Yeah, then
yeah.
really the only other thing in this match was
Uh,
HBK, which I love what they wrote here. It says HBK, and then in parentheses, in tights and not dressed like a psycho hobo, Mick Foley and Stone Cold Steve Austin all
Yeah.
came out.
He,
God.
he had a bad phase where he was just like, I'm not a wrestler, I don't care. So he came out with this huge beard and he had a cowboy hat. It wasn't a good look.
So it is what it is.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
What?
There was a WWE CD and one of the singers backed out and they had to record it that day. You know who sung it in place of that singer?
Wait. How far back are we talking?
We're talking like
Attitude, ruthless aggression.
right in between.
in between. So we're talking like 2001, 2002 ish.
Yeah. Who sung the Shawn Michaels theme?
Kurt Angle. Dang! Was it a woman or a guy?
A guy.
It wasn't Michaels, clearly.
Whoever you're thinking, think higher. And then higher than that.
Vince.
Vince. You have to hear this. I think I'm cute. I know I'm sexy.
Wait,
This is
wait.
the best song ever.
wait. No, as in Vince actually did this, or it's a joke?
Vince sung Shawn Michaels' theme song.
But I'm saying, when did he do this?
It was on the WWE CD.
Oh, that
Oh
is
my
beautiful.
God.
Dude,
I don't think I can actually hear that enough.
I
Kill
laughed.
myself.
I laughed so hard that there was no noise coming out. It was just like
The giraffe had died and just walked away.
it was terrible and amazing.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna need to hear that.
All right, so
The three of them coming out was fine. I knew it
Yeah.
because you need something because this Mania was wrought with injuries.
Yes, it was done.
I don't.
I'm surprised Stone Cold even did it, though. To be honest, Stone Cold of all of them, because isn't his knees just like dirt now?
Whew, he has the knees of nothing.
It's like dirt
it's not a good
knees.
look.
But you know, he can come out and do a stunner every now and then.
A couple kicks, a couple punches, and a stuff.
He just can't work a match. That's dead.
Yeah, like that's why I'm surprised to even see him at all. Like, it's just weird.
But it was a good little moment for the fans. At the same time, it is what it is.
all right.
guess.
Next match: Dean Ambrose versus Lesnar. No holds barred street fight.
I'm gonna put it right there. Why the fuck is Lesnar still around?
Because he makes money. He's
Absolutely.
a draw. Every single city that they go to, they come out with a new Suplex City shirt for that city. And they sell like crazy. People like Lesnar. I really, really don't like Lesnar.
Yeah.
I liked him when he first came back, and he was just this ruthless killer.
I can tell you when I stopped liking him. It's when he started suplexing.
That's exactly when it was, and that was the Roman Reigns match. He was just a giant final boss, and that was great because he was just murking.
Even though he kept losing.
But now all he does is just suplex, and the crowd loves it. And I can understand why he does it. Why
Work a match.
Why work a match?
Well, you could
Have
just do belly to
psychology
back.
in anything. Think about what you're gonna do. Where you could just boom, 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 and get the same reaction, if not a better one. But somebody like me, I'm just like, I used to like Lesnar. I used to love Lesnar back when he first came out. First came out back in the 2000s.
Oh yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah,
He was amazing.
freaking the lion salt or the moon salt.
He
that
did
was
a shooting
bad.
star press.
Yeah,
was
shooting
bad.
star press where he gave himself a concussion.
He almost broke his neck.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
he almost died.
He should not have had a mic anywhere near his face in the same building.
Oh my god! So when Lesnar was first coming back, this was the week before they were like, "Get Paul Heyman back now."
And we were live.
We
there.
went to the live Raw, and Lesnar was there on the mic.
He had like a 10-minute promo.
You're gonna be paying me more money, and it was just like,
He is
no.
Terrible. on the mic.
Lesnar is one of the worst I've ever heard on the
He
mic.
does what he does.
And it's not even because of his high lilty voice. It's because the man cannot talk.
I don't like Lesnar.
No.
I'm sick of this.
On the
Because-
flip side, oh, keep going.
because he's had competitive matches before this whole suplex thing
Did he?
with Punk,
Did
Oh,
he?
yeah, well, but that's Punk though.
Triple H.
That's Hunter. He's gonna facilitate his own ego.
But still, he's had competitive matches, and now he's just running through people. He was scared to face the Big Show.
Yeah, that was dumb.
Why? You can't take that back.
The same thing happened with Mark Henry. He was scared to face the Big Show after beating the ever living crap out of Orton. It was just like, whoa, the Big Show, and then he just like never recovered.
I don't like Lesnar. I'm
Again,
sick of
on the
this.
flip side though, love Dean Ambrose like almost no one else.
Dean Ambrose, he constantly flip flops between my favorite wrestler of all time and very close to my favorite wrestler of all time. He's amazing on the mic. amazing.
He might be a top 3 Mike guy all time.
He has his character so perfect. He used to be good in the ring. Now he's really, really good in the ring.
And this match was just...
It was nothing.
It was nothing. It should have been a lot more than it was.
It could have been something, but it was nothing. And I was severely disappointed with this match.
And
But at least it was. Would you say it was better or worse than the Lesnar Goldberg match?
better. There's no worse. As far as Lesnar goes,
That's what I mean for Lesnar. I mean,
No.
worse because it's
Okay.
always Khali.
this was the second worst to me. Lesnar Cena, and
Was
it
that
doesn't even
bad?
come close to. The reason I hate Lesnar Cena so much is it was a no holds barred match or a Street Fighter or something, and Lesnar, for roughly 17 minutes, beat Cena to within an inch of his life.
It was
really?
Paul Heyman said it before the match. He said this is gonna be an uncomfortable beating,
and it was
and it was because at that point Cena was always tippity top. He'd get beat on for a little while, but he'd always come back. But he just wasn't. I was just like, whoa, this is not good. And he just beat the crap out of him
for like 17 minutes. It was just a vicious, nasty beating. And then Cena hit him with a chain, did his finisher on the staircase, hit him like one more time before that, and he won.
What?
Yeah, it was really bad. That's the second worst to me, only because of the finish. If it would have just been that vicious beating and then Lesnar pinning Cena, I would have been like, wow, that was ridiculous. But it was just like, here comes Cena coming back.
That was the worst. I will never feel how I felt at the end of that match.
It was angering on a level that I can't quite remember feeling in wrestling.
Yeah, exactly. It's just a feeling that can never be duplicated.
I have been.
It wasn't an of course like when Dean Ambrose lost the Royal Rumble, where it was just like WWE,
Where it was like
again.
a high hope and then
Yeah.
just crushing
Yeah, it was
disappointment.
just like, of course. Why did I have any hope?
Crushing disappointment is a familiar territory
Yes.
to a WWE fan.
Absolutely.
All right.
But this was just like, no. But there we have it.
yeah, Lesnar won that.
Yeah.
Next match, the Divas Championship: Charlotte versus Becky Lynch versus Sasha Banks.
Women's
Second
championship.
That's at least what I've seen is like this was a lot of people. This was their favorite match.
This was the second best match of the night. And it is the best match of the night. The latter match might be the best overall.
Yeah,
like,
because
showcase.
it was 11 minutes of nothing but action.
Yes.
Mhm.
15 minutes. Oh,
You're
I-
looking
I
at the
was
wrong
looking
one.
at the
Yeah.
wrong one.
It was just a lot of just constant movement. And
This one was psychology, and they all were jockeying for position and things like that.
it was really good. There were some sloppy moments, but what are you going to do?
Charlotte is pissed as a heel. She shouldn't be a heel.
No. I think the problem with her as a heel is that she's just so ungood on the mic.
Yeah.
Well, it's 'cause
She's uncomfortable in the role.
Ric Flair's her dad, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's
Her legit dad.
that's I
But
think the only reason.
no,
It's not good.
she is not good on the mic. I have never heard I take that back. There are very few females in the WWE in the history I've been watching. I've been watching since like 95, 96. So we're talking 20 years. In 20 years of WWF/E, I cannot name 7 women I have heard that have been worse on the mic. And I don't mean wrestlers. I mean women, period.
I'll put in the senator from Batman versus Superman. That's what one.
I'm talking about in
Sasha
that came to
Banks.
the WWE.
Oh,
Triple, she'll drown everybody trying to say Triple H.
Sheamus.
So,
I would pay to go back in time and just sit in the seat beside DA while this movie was playing.
no, you don't want to be in the seat next to us. Going to the
No.
movies with us is fun if you're used to what we do. Otherwise, it can be a very unenjoyable experience.
Oh no, I'm pretty sure I didn't enjoy the absolute fucking.
We have looks between each other that's just like without
And-
saying a word.
I think I did the everybody laughs and then I laugh a little
Yes.
bit. I did that.
Yes, you
Good.
douchebag.
Good. Going back to Mania.
What?
Everybody stop laughing.
Everybody is a big laugh moment.
So that's what that feels like. Everybody laughing. They stop, and it's like 2 seconds. The niggas going.
Yeah.
It was so much more obnoxious than that. It was like, and then you look back.
It's a real douche move, but I was offended by that line. Going back to Mania.
So let's BG recover. So, we need to appreciate this. This is a
pure
rare
joy.
thing. BG laughing.
Going back to Mania.
Oh,
BG
Mike's acknowledging it. Just put a stopper to that.
The return of laughing BG.
Oh no, that's legit laughs. That's not some. Hey guys, it's sunny today and I'm cracking up.
So Charlotte
for BG.
ends up winning the championship.
No. A couple things.
Good.
Becky Lynch is a really good wrestler. She's good on the mic. She just doesn't click for everybody.
Yes,
And I don't understand why.
I do.
Why?
She seems too energetic.
Mm.
It's. Have you never been around a person that you know is they're cool, but
they
their
play it
energy
a little
is
bit,
just like, come on,
yeah.
tone it down a bit. And she just has so much energy. It's just like, it's off-putting a little.
Okay, that makes sense. But she's a really good wrestler. Sasha Banks,
The boss.
her and Paige are what in terms of wrestling, in terms of mic skills, in terms of character. I like Sasha a little bit more because I've seen in NXT, she developed her character, and I've seen that go from,
The rise of that character.
yeah. And I love when she breaks that character. Because at the end of her and Becky Lynch's match, everybody came out and applauded because that was the first ever main event for a woman on the pay-per-view, for women in the pay-per-view. And it was a really, really good match. Everybody came out and applauded, and they gave her flowers and stuff. And she walked away. She went into the crowd, sort of slunk back, let Becky have Bailey have her moment in the ring because she had just won the title.
Mm-hmm.
And Triple H whispers something to her, and she just breaks down and starts crying. I'm just like, that is really good. Cause she's it's a weird love thing.
We're putting you with Cena. No, not like this.
This is as good as it's gonna get.
You're moving to the main roster. No, please. I actually work down here.
Yeah, that was her going away match. So I think now that.
So
Yeah,
I guess
probably.
Sasha was wearing Eddie Guerrero tribute tights.
Yeah, because she said that the first moment that she knew that she wanted to be a wrestler was Eddie Guerrero versus Brock Lesnar at a certain pay-per-view.
Boy, that was a great one.
And that was the colors that Eddie was wearing. And she also did a frog splash. She did Eddie's jiggle taunt.
Nice.
It was good.
I miss
She's-
Eddie.
Yeah, Eddie. I think he'd still be working if he was alive today.
Oh yeah, there's no doubt in my mind. Unless his body just failed him.
I don't know why. I'm just remembering that wheelchair Triple H thing.
Oh my god, really?
What?
So there was this Triple H. We were joking about something or other about Triple H being super edgy, and that he would still come out and do his entrance, but he'd be in a wheelchair, so he'd be super serious with the water on his head. Then money be spending while aggressively wheeling down the ramp.
See, now I'm imagining him trying to get the wheelchair on the edge of the ring for like the second bit of it.
Yeah,
It's like,
it was
I gotta get up there. I gotta get up there.
I gotta get over.
So
that's
next,
some real.
so
You had
Char-
to be there for that.
so Charlotte won the new women's
I don't think she
championship.
should've.
The brand new,
Yeah.
never been done before women's championship.
If I had to give it to anybody, I would have given it to Becky.
I agree with that because she needs it the most.
Yes.
Charlotte has flair, and that's an automatic over ticket. Sasha Banks is Sasha Banks. During all women matches or even some men matches, the crowd just starts chanting, "We want Sasha." They love Sasha.
She's over. It's the same way I felt when the Shield were at their peak. That none of them needed a title. When Dean Ambrose was U.S. champion, none of them needed a title. They were over. So give it to the people that need it.
Becky needs it the most. I think she could have benefited the most from it.
But it is what it is. Do you think Natty wins?
No.
So who's gonna take it from?
If she
Charlotte?
does, she will be a transitional champion. They give it to Sasha. Because that's purely what the Miz is, I believe.
Who? Oh, for Cesaro.
Yes.
Cesaro should be world champion. We'll get there.
All right, next match: Shane McMahon versus The Undertaker. Hell in the Cell.
This wasn't a match as much as it was a spectacle.
Yes, and it was meant to be that.
Just the off the top.
Knew that was gonna happen. There was no way it wasn't.
Yeah, I knew he would go off of something sometime. Glad he's not dead,
Yeah.
Very much so.
because that could have went terribly wrong.
Oh yes, absolutely.
I'm looking. There's a GIF on the thing that I'm watching right now. There's like a bunch of bean bags underneath the table.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
there was ridiculous padding.
Dude, they were not gonna let
Oh,
Vince McMahon's son
50-year-old son.
just go.
Is he 50 now? Is that
No,
how
he's
old
like
he is?
he might be 50 actually.
He's pretty damn old.
He's an old man.
Shane is 46.
Holy
He's younger than Undertaker.
How old is Undertaker?
Undertaker's like 51.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Could you click on the
Taker
side?
needs to stop. He
yeah,
should've
Taker,
retired
Taker
when-
needs to stop.
Taker is 51.
He just
Wow.
turned 51 last.
Well, he's like anytime he's like on a show, you just like actually they don't even need him at a show anymore to SmackDown or Raw. You just have to hear dong and everyone
Because people love Undertaker.
Oh yeah.
I can
definitely.
understand it.
He is a person that will never not get pops.
Definitely. The Phenom.
So they keep rolling him out there, and soon enough,
they will be.
you see he don't do that.
That was very nice, Mike.
You see he don't do that over the ring thing no more. Nah, he
Yeah.
can't. He ain't got
That's,
hops like
that's
that.
over.
He's done.
Oh no, over the ring, never mind.
Yeah.
I thought you
keep
meant
going.
old school.
Nah, keep going.
But yeah, so yeah, Shane jumps off, Taker wins the match.
It is what it is.
Next, the third annual Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royale.
I'm gonna say this. Whoever you don't want to do anything for the rest of the year, hope they win this match. Because the people that win this match go on to do absolutely nothing for the year.
Yeah, I
The
don't
two
even
previous winners are Cesaro, who did absolutely nothing for the year.
That was such a hype moment.
There was a Jack Swagger Cesaro split that should have been something, but it was absolutely nothing. And then Cesaro went on to do nothing for the year. And then Big Show won. The perennial do nothing. The guy does nothing. And now Baron Corbin wins, who's a young guy, and he's gonna go on to do nothing.
All right, moving on.
No.
Okay.
I have words. Even though that is the fact, the truth, complete and total truth, I still wanted somebody that I like to win.
Yes, because it's still a moment for them.
Yes.
Even though they're gonna go on to do nothing.
Shaq was in this match.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
For some reason.
Because he's always teased doing something with the WWE.
What?
He actually legit
What?
loves wrestling.
Whatever.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Toast for that. Whatever.
Baron Corbin, I I watched him in NXT. I've seen him since his first match. He is mediocre, very mediocre.
And that's being generous.
Yes. Don't have him on the mic. He's not good on the mic. He's very mediocre. I understand why he won. I don't think he should have.
I understand the reasoning too.
Because if you're just gonna do this, last year there was a guy named Hideo Itami, who was Kenta, a very popular wrestler.
Who at the time, at one point or another, was regarded as the best wrestler in the world.
Yes. And he was tossed out with very little fanfare last year. And yet they give it to this guy who is a large guy. Understandable, but I don't see why they did it. It should have went to somebody else. I completely disagree. I thought that this would be something. I like battle royales. I like battle royales. Especially when they get down to the last couple people.
I was about to say,
the beginning where it's just 50 people just sort of tussling. No, keep it. But when it gets down to the last couple people and they square off, it's good. Mm-hmm. This was no exception because there's always that little bit of hope where you're like, oh, maybe that guy will win, or ooh. But then it's just like,
yeah. Looking at the last 6 people in the ring, you could have been like, yeah.
I see Kane was second.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Once it came down to Kane and anybody, we knew it wasn't gonna be Kane.
Yeah.
So
I like Kane. Used to anyway.
Kane is the guy that if you want to put in a program, anything is believable with the guy. He can be a joke or he can be a monster and it's believable. And he does the work that is presented to him. And that's all you can ask for from a wrestler at times. They give him what he needs to do and he does it. That's it. I look forward to the day he retires. I don't need to see the man ever again.
I hope Undertaker inducts him.
That would be very nice. I hope they induct each other.
Yeah. They should just double retire. And
that would be super cool.
That would be really good.
All right. Next thing. It's not a match.
The Rock talks for like 90 minutes.
I hate The Rock. I legitimately hate The Rock.
The Rock used to be my absolute favorite wrestler of all time. That didn't change until roughly within the last year. I'm done with The Rock.
It didn't change after those mediocre Cena matches?
No, because he was with Cena. And he was just coming back. And it to me, it was what it was. Like, it is what it is. A few bad things with The Rock is not going to change my favorite wrestler of all time. My favorite rapper of all time is still DMX. That doesn't change because he put out 2 terrible albums. And he's a druggo. Yes. He'll always be tight. Piece of shit. But The Rock, like, he's, to me, when a guy comes back to do 2 things. Whether it be promote himself or something he's doing or whatever. And to put younger talent over. That should be the only 2 things you're doing. Sure, fanfare, whatever. Sometimes you come back just because it's a moment. Jericho does that. But you should be putting the guy that needs to go over. When you have the entire Wyatt family comes out, you beat one of them in 6 seconds. And then the other ones, it's just like, I'm still going to trash talk you guys. There's 3 of you, and I'm still going to trash talk you. Who gives a crap? You're nothing. He treats these opponents like nothing. Now, that made sense back in the day when he treated his opponents like nothing because he's like, I'm better than you. I'm The Rock, and I'm better than everybody here. You need that type of ego as a active wrestler, but he's not an active wrestler anymore. He's coming back as a dude that's just slamming the younger talent for no reason. And it's crap. I don't need to ever hear a Rock promo again, and I don't ever need to see him do a Rock bottom again. I'm done with that.
Fair enough.
I gave my thoughts last week.
Yes. He's not good.
Then Cena, but yeah.
Cena comes back. Okay, so get rid of Cena. Like, end his career ever for the life.
Really?
What more can he do?
I see.
What more is left for that guy?
When I see. I have turned on Cena. I think I like him.
You are becoming the anti-IWC, which is like the IWC.
He's had good matches.
With who though? You gotta look at who he's with.
True that,
Br-
but still.
Bruh, let me put it like this: you refuse to watch that Cena Orton match.
To this day.
Actively refuse.
To this day.
You enjoy Orton matches sometimes. You just said he does what he does.
Yes.
And you're saying you are turning on Cena, so you enjoy the stuff he does. So a guy that does what he does and a guy you enjoy is still completely unwatchable because it's John Cena.
But that was before I liked him.
Why do you like him now?
He's not what he used to be. It
Which
used to
is?
be punch kicky, beat up,
Punch kicky.
beat up for a while.
Hair flip ski.
That was my name.
You can't
For-
seize me, ski.
No, Roman Reigns. His name, Roman Reigns. Somebody on Twitter with all he does is punch and flip his hair. Roman Reigns,
That's what
and I
it was.
called him Punch Flip Ski. But Cena used to be, half the match he get destroyed.
Okay.
Punch kicky. He usually half the match get destroyed. 5 moves of doom, trade, and then win or lose.
Okay, let me stop you right there then. The last 7 matches he's had have been with people like KO, Sami Zayn, Bryan. Like, it's not going to be I'm going to get destroyed. It's going to be a back and forth. Because you're going in with some of the best workers you have in this WWE. To me, that means nothing for Cena. You could plug almost any competent person, any competent general in that role, and it would be no different.
But at the same time, those older matches always felt like it was just a waiting for Cena to do his moves. The later Cena matches felt like these are two competitors facing off against each other. The older one seemed like it was just Cena, every time he punches, I'm just going to punch you 3 times as hard. So just hit me all you want. Here comes the cross counter.
Okay, so this is something I had a debate with somebody. They were like, Orton is good because he puts people over. He's putting people over. But that's only because of Cena and the fact that he puts nobody over. So you're looking at Orton, you're like, these are the 2 top guys. Orton is better because he puts people over. If he puts over 2 people in 20 programs, over 0 people in 20 programs, it looks like Orton is the best. Now, what you're going with now is Cena was complete 0, and now he's 2, so I like Cena.
I'm not talking about anything about him putting people over.
No, I'm not saying that.
Okay.
What I'm talking about is his matches were complete 0, and now they're 2s.
No, not 2.
No, I'm just saying in the crux of this argument.
Yeah, yeah.
They're slightly improved. Cena has slightly improved the way his matches work. And because of that, you're like, I like him now. But you only like him in the context of what he was, which was a 0.
Same way I feel about Curtis Axel.
But you can't
You
do
can
that.
make me like you if you change, if you improve in my eye, if you become more entertaining, if you change what you do.
Cena himself didn't become more entertaining. His matches did. And his matches are with people that are completely entertaining. So I can't go with that.
Give me that. Give me entertainment. That's all that I ask for. If you can entertain me, and those matches entertain me.
Okay, so it's not Cena
No,
so much
it
as
was-
the people he's with.
No,
Okay,
it was-
so would
because
you
of
watch
Cena
a
as well.
Cena Ryback match?
God, no.
It would be if it was
because-
back and forth.
No, because
What did
Ryback isn't as good of a wrestler as he had a really good match.
Exactly.
The lowest good match that he had for the Open Challenge was with Jack Ryder.
Mhm.
And Ryder's about a 6'7" wrestler.
Mhm.
Ryback isn't that. He can't give him a competitive back and forth entertaining match. If you can give me somebody who can give him a competitive entertaining back and forth match, I will enjoy it.
But there's only like that's what's your next point?
Well, actually, I would like to move on to the last match.
Hold on, we're still discussing the Cena.
Okay.
I know you want to get to bed and everything, but we're gonna get. See this. You guys can sign out now, or you can go to sleep and whatever. The stream will just go and it'll hear your snoring. But this is Da and
So
I.
much pork.
Da and I will not stop.
What?
So it's a problem.
You know something?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I shouldn't bring this up. I shouldn't have had so much pork. That is a reference to the Hulk Hogan porno. After he banged the girl,
Oh yeah,
he was like, "Oh, I feel so bloated. Shouldn't have had so much pork."
that was hilarious.
So that was a wrestling related joke
That works on several
that
levels.
works on several levels.
Oh,
It
This
does.
is what we
It
do.
truly does, actually.
fucking done already.
What was your next point for Xena?
Oh boy, I can't
Exactly.
remember that point.
That's exactly.
He has entertaining matches. That's
The
all.
reason you went down with Dolph is because you saw what he was.
Mhm.
So you saw what Cena was, and you said Dolph toned down some, but it's still
But
like
there's still that
Dolph.
stigma.
It's still the stigma with Cena. The
Yeah.
match is still in the same. It still happens
But
like
I,
it is.
I can't I can't explain what it is because it's still
Exactly,
that
because it's
stigma.
bull crap.
There's still that stigma with Axel, where he was so boring and bland for all that time, and he was my most hated wrestler at a time.
Yes, he was.
I never hated Cena as
Kick
much,
Curtis Axel off my TV.
half as much as I hated Axel. But one little thing made me turn around on him.
Yes, but that's not the wrestling aspect of it.
No,
That was the
all
character
it's all about
entertaining.
entertaining.
No,
I have more entertaining memories of Cena than not entertaining. Because all of his matches before were just you get what you get. It's just it is what it is.
Cena to you is the right Baxel theme.
Exactly.
Right now he's did
Exactly.
before.
That's exactly what it is.
No.
But all you have to do is give me that little bit of entertainment, and
I just don't see it that way.
again, it can change at any moment. But Cena, like you said, the last 7 or 8 people that he faced were good matches. Were good people.
We're some of the best people they have.
Sure.
You could plug them in with almost anybody.
Almost anybody, but not
Of
Cena.
course not a Ryback.
See, exactly. Cena knows what he's doing. He
Okay.
knows how to get the crowd up. He knows how to get the crowd down. In certain moments, he knows where to be.
Do you think that I'm not gonna say Roman Reigns because he's got nothing. Do you think Triple H could have been plugged into every one of those programs?
No, because Triple H has a certain match set, and
I think it would have been very similar. Because Triple H, no matter what, his matches have always been back and forth. Always.
yeah, but it always comes down to a certain, flow.
I could say the same for Cena.
Yeah, but he allowed himself to deviate from that flow.
But the flow, I mean, what he did was he threw a rock in the river. And you're like, wow, that rock is there. That's cool. Look at the ripple effect. But the river still goes. The flow is still happening. He just threw a rock into it.
No. He
Yeah,
threw a rock into
they're
it.
in the ring together,
Screw the rock. I hate the rock.
Thank you.
He threw a rock into it, and he continued to throw rocks into it.
I don't know if he continued.
Like 7 or 8 matches, you just said.
No. I'm talking about the flow of the match.
Oh, the flow.
The river represents
Yeah.
The river represents the flow of the match, and he throws a rocket to it, and there's ripples, and that's the back and forth offense now. But the flow is still going. The river doesn't stop. Cena's river does not stop. He didn't build a dam. He didn't divert where the flow is going. He simply
he
threw a rock into
I
it.
think he did because he's not had a match like he's had in a very long time.
But
Now,
again,
I
his
understand
last-
he's been gone a while, and his last couple.
The U.S. Open Challenge was against very good people for the most part.
Sure. And that's all that I can expect. Until he goes back, until I see more of the punch.
When
kicking.
Cena Keith 97 happens, you're gonna see that Cena, right?
But at the same time, that's an Orton thing. That's an Orton flow.
Go on to the last one.
Match?
Yeah, the last match.
All right, so we got the World Heavyweight Championship, Triple H versus Roman Reigns, where they muted the crap out of the crowd mics when Roman Reigns.
Of course they had to. He got booed out the stadium.
Before this match
He
happened,
got booed out of the stadium.
This is not a joke. I have never seen a face with this much vitriol towards him. To where he's supposed to be the top face, and it's just like, this isn't like fun. We're having fun boos. This is like, we don't want to see this man ever again boos.
that is called X-Pac heat.
No, that's an actual term. Look it up.
Yeah,
Wait,
it is.
what?
Yeah, it's an actual term. Look it up.
People just
X-Pac
really
heat.
didn't like X-Pac, and it was go away heat.
TV
X-Pac
trope.
heat.
Yes, go away heat is exactly what Roman Reigns is getting. It's not
the
like we're
audience-
having fun booing this guy.
X-Pac heat. This is when the audience boos and insults a wrestler not because they hate the character, but because they hate the performer.
Yep.
Either because they've been pushed too hard, they have the political power behind the scenes, or because they're terrible performers.
Roman Reigns is 2 of the 3, and he could quickly become the 3rd.
Oh,
He-
wow.
Boy, he has that X-Pac heat.
Before this match, as just they were building up this match, I think it was when Triple H won the title,
Mm-hmm.
and it was like it's gonna be Roman versus Triple H. I said I'm not gonna watch this match
Yes,
ever,
You did.
and I said that one other time, and it was
Randy
Cena
Orton
versus Randy Orton, and I have never watched that match. I have less than zero interest in watching this match. I would rather watch just
Hornswoggle El Torito.
I would rather go online and see people's fingers getting pulled off one by one for a
Jesus
year
Christ.
than watch this match.
Yeah.
This is cancer.
You would rather watch someone scrape the holographic because you hate that
Oh,
sound for a year than to watch this match.
I'm the same way with Velcro.
This is
Can't stand that.
this
thing.
match was so very nothing. Absolutely nothing. Roman Reigns is not ready. I don't know when he will be ready, but he's not ready. He is now, I told this to DA, within 3 years, he has a Hall of Fame career. This is a ridiculous push towards this man. And the audience is not buying it because he's done nothing to win them over. He needs to turn heel now, and he needs something. I don't know what it is. He needs a good match. He has never had a good match. DA said this. His best match to me is the match with Bryan. And DA said Bryan wrestled around him. And that's what you do with Roman Reigns. You don't wrestle with him. You wrestle around him. The guy is not good in any aspect. He's not good on the mic. He's not good in the ring. He has good ring presence. But he is not a good worker. He should not be the world champion when I have to look at all these other guys that have never been world champion. They should have been, like Cody Rhodes and Damian Sandow, for X reason that they've never been champion. When I got to wait 18 years to see Christian win a title, and this guy wins it within 3, and he's a 2-time champion, and he's the biggest guy in the company right now, quote unquote, even though he's terrible.
Mm-hmm.
Roman Reigns, he could retire tomorrow, and I could not be happier.
I don't like.
So, the reasons you guys, nobody likes Roman, just spell them out one more time. It's he can't wrestle, he's got no personality, no mic skill. Anything else?
And he was pushed to the moon. So
Why was he pushed, do you think? Why do you think
Look
he
at
was
him.
trying to be the
Look
guy?
at him.
look at him,
He is a very attractive man.
and big, and
And related to The Rock.
I've said this before. With a person like Bryan, if somebody is flipping through the channels and they see him, they would not stop. They just be like, what is this? Who cares? But if you see a big, handsome guy like Roman Reigns, I think people will stop. And that's what the WWE wants.
It's not working.
the problem is, as DA said before, he will not keep you on that channel. because he's not good at anything at all. The guy needs to stop. He gives some little half smile and the women melt, and I just roll my eyes like, this is nothing. The guy is nothing. He needs to stop. They need to do something with him now, because whatever he's doing now is not working. It has not worked for. So when I say, the Shield was one of the hottest groups to come out of wrestling in the past 10 years. All three guys, once they split, are top guys, and that's Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, and Dean Ambrose.
Seth Rollins is injured right now.
Yes, Seth Rollins. Before they ever split, DA and I on the Go Home show were like, I believe DA said this. Roman Reigns is going to step over the charred remains of Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins on his rise to greatness. We saw before anything else, before they ever really started pushing him, how much he was going to be the top guy. So, he tied the Survivor Series elimination record, eliminating 4 people at once. Move, GB, move. Eliminating 4 people at once. Move, go. And then he broke 2-3 months later. He broke the record for most eliminations in the Royal Rumble. This was all within 2 years of him being in the company.
He also had the Survivor Series record.
I said that.
Oh, you did?
Yeah,
Terrible.
tied for the Survivor Series record, the most limited. And then 2 months later, he broke the Royal Rumble record. And then a year after that, he wins the Rumble and wins the title. It's a ridiculous rise to. This was not a organic move to the top.
Didn't feel
Bryan was really organic of how he became the world champion. All these people organically start somewhere and then they start rising to become a champion. He was just he's going to be the champion.
When the Shield broke up, they had a match called the Money in the Bank ladder match, where if you get the briefcase, you can cash it in at any time. Yeah. Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins were in the briefcase match. Roman Reigns was in the actual title match for the actual belt. He didn't win, thank goodness, but that shows where they were at that point. And that was maybe 2 months after the Shield breakup, and he was already a contender. And he had 2 or 3 main title matches after that where he did not win, but they just kept trying.
This should tell you everything you need to know. There's the Slammies, which is the WWE's award ceremony. He won Superstar of the Year for 1 year. He was out of commission for 8 months with an injury, and he won Superstar of the Year for that year. This is supposed to be fan voted.
Supposed to be?
People feel that thing is stupid rigged.
No, of course it is.
Because the year the Usos won tag team champions, or the best tag team, whatever it was, the New Day didn't win. Why wouldn't the New Day win that? It's a ridiculous notion that the New Day would not win that award. And this is a ridiculous notion that a man that only wrestled for 4 months out of the year is the best wrestler of that year in the eyes of the people. So no, Roman Reigns is terrible. He rose too quickly for his own good, and now the WWE is reaping what they sow.
Yeah.
This man will be booed out of every building until they find some way to flip the crowd. They need to turn those boos into legit boos of, we don't like this guy, the character, as opposed to we don't like the person.
And they can. They absolutely can. I think the crowd would have a blast booing Roman Reigns.
Absolutely.
And Roman smiles and lifts up his fists and go, "My fans," or something like that. He can do that, but right now
he should. Everybody should be booing. He should try to quiet them down and boo more. He should make the camera zoom into his face and just wink. And people would hate him for it, but for a good reason. They have no good reason to hate him. They just do.
Right now, I don't know what they're doing with him, but it's so stupid. I think they're teasing a heel turn, testing the water, because for the past 4 shows or so, he comes out and the first thing that he says is, "I'm not a bad guy. I'm not a good guy." And he holds up the title, "I'm the guy."
Really?
And he said that at the beginning of every promo for the past like 4 shows.
Huh.
I don't know what they're doing with that, but I hope. Here's what I said would happen, but it was immediately crushed because I was coming home from work and something had already screwed up my plans. I thought that since AJ Styles is the #1 contender, the Balor Club would interfere and AJ would win the match. This would lead to the next pay-per-view where the Balor Club would interfere again and AJ would win the match. And Roman would be like, "Well, I guess I can't win this alone. Good thing I have some backup." And it'd be Seth and Dean. And it'd be the reformation of the Shield versus the Balor Club. I think that would be great. That would be a great way. He wouldn't get cheers. He would get cheers by association.
As he always did.
As he always did. I thought that would happen, but that hinged upon the Balor Club debuting at the pay-per-view, which they did not. They already debuted, and I don't know what they're doing now. But that would set him right around the time when Seth would come back, and that would be a huge babyface pop. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know. I don't care.
Do you think Seth comes back as a face or a heel?
Oh, he's definitely coming back as a face. There's nothing that he could do to be a heel. There's nothing.
I don't know.
What could he do?
How could he? But he could turn really quickly. Because the same thing happened with Triple H. It's a beautiful day. And then he was a face for like 2 months, and then it was like a heel again. Because he knew when he came back, there was nothing he could do.
But people were already cheering Seth, though. Nobody was cheering Trips.
Okay, but this is also the age where the heels get cheers.
Yeah, but this is also the age where they appreciate very good workmanship.
Yes.
And Seth is amazing in the ring, and they know that, so they're going to cheer him. I think they're going to continue to cheer him. He's going to try to get booed if he does come back as a heel, but it's not going to work. I think he's come back as a face, and he stays a face.
I don't think he stays a face. Or I don't think there's ever a time where every member of the Shield is a face for too long.
That's why Roman is turning.
He needs to. Does he join the Authority, though? Oh, my God. So I listened to the Go Home show. And it was one episode. You were like, dude, the Authority has like 7 more months. It's over.
Oh.
Boy, that was like 2 years ago. The Authority will... This has to be one of the longest reigns of or totalitarian like authority figure.
The Authority, isn't that the thing that
It's the longest reign of reigns.
like Stephanie McMahon's people?
Yeah, it's Trips and Steph.
Yeah.
And it's been too long. Something else needs to come along. That's why I was hoping Shane would win, but I also was really hoping he wouldn't.
Wait, but
that would
isn't he
be
still
awful.
taking over Raw anyway?
Yeah, like Mania meant nothing.
Yeah, it's basically every ounce of Mania was useless. It was a Raw. It was another Raw
Yeah.
that you had to pay for, and that's what's really shitty.
It's not good.
People paid to go here. People traveled, went to see it live, and basically, like the whole WrestleMania, the whole mystique of it is like it's the culmination of the year's build-ups, the year's happenings. Like it's where the new things get their kick for the next year. And this WrestleMania, nothing happened. It was a Raw.
So yeah, I don't know what. Really, the Vaudevillians are in the finals.
Mm-hmm.
The what?
Okay. Oh, I'm looking at the payback card.
Oh, okay. So yeah.
Why? Hold on. I'm just gonna say this really quickly.
Mhm.
Why? Understandable. Why?
How
Understandable.
about saying something instead of just saying?
No, this is just for you, DA. These matches are stupid. What is this match?
Because,
Ziggler versus Corbin? Keep in mind, I have not watched Raw since Mania.
think of a reason why that match would happen.
Ziggles is jealous.
No.
Corbin wants to legitimize his stuff.
No. How about one word? Because. This match, all it was Dolph was having a match, and Baron Corbin came out on the ramp and just stood and watched him. Ziggler won the match, and then they had a stare down. Payback.
See, that can work.
And then I was built up, They punch each other and
That
stuff.
could work for somebody established, like Kurt Angle Michaels or Goldberg Lesnar. Those are established people, and it's just like, holy crap, what's going on here? This is like two who gives a fuck people. Like, who cares? Ziggler's doing nothing. He's just gonna get fed to Corbin. Like, okay. And Bret Hart, have you seen the promotional picture for that match?
I haven't.
Bret Hart could not look less. He couldn't look
Interesting.
any more. I don't want to be here.
Oh, because he doesn't. He said it on his podcast.
Why is
has
he there?
no interest in coming back
Why is he
But-
there?
because they asked him to.
What, a single word? Because.
I think that's this episode's title. 'Cause
What
I
a
think that's
crap
what a
show.
lot of WrestleMania was. Because.
Okay, so what's going on with Ambrose Jericho?
There was the Jericho was having the cutting, not the cutting edge, the highlight reel, and then Ambrose came out with a potted plant and said, "This is now my show," and he pushed over Jericho's plant and he put his plant on the stool. Little things, and then it was just like, "You stupid idiot! What are you talking about?" And then because.
Wonderful. Absolutely wonderful.
Yep.
So, yeah, we're done.
All right. Well, I think the One Piece talk will be next episode.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't-
There's no chance it won't be.
Yeah, and that,
DA and I were talking about this before. You guys were talking about having Mania and One Piece. It was never going to work like that.
Yeah, that was impossible.
We have DA and I we're stupid passionate about things, and we will go forever on a single subject.
yeah.
Like it will not stop. We can keep going and going and going. We went pretty much an hour and a half on just WrestleMania, just this card.
Yeah.
Like,
I didn't even talk about Cesaro.
yeah, he didn't even get to talk about Cesaro, who should be a world champion. It is what it is. One Piece, that discussion, it could be a 4-part series, each series being at least 3 hours.
Jesus. You have
We
that much to say on
we
One
have a
Piece?
lot to talk about with One Piece. It's not going to be contained in that one episode.
Oh, yeah.
It simply will not be.
All right. Well, thank you everyone for tuning into this episode of the Podcast of Stuff. It's
I am sleepy as crap, and I got work in the
a
morning.
very WrestleMania heavy episode. We
Dude,
will-
I can't catch up on my sleep. Because tomorrow, I got to go to the hookah bar with this girl. So I'm not going to get to sleep until like 1 a.m., 2 a.m. the next day. I was at a hotel party, slept on the couch for 3 hours. Monday going into Tuesday. I need sleep. It's just not coming. End this episode.
Yeah, next,
I need
next
every
week we'll
precious
find
second.
out if BG got some sleep. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. See you later.
Later.
I'm not getting. Oh crap!